The Romans Emperors Julius Caesar. Introduction. In this episode, we'll focus on Julius Caesar, one of the greatest emperors and skillful commanders of history. We'll be focusing on military campaigns, analyzing the strategies and battles that defined his incredible career. Prepare yourself for an epic journey through the wars that shaped the destiny of Rome and the ancient world. Podcast title: Julius Caesar, the commander of eternal battles. First segment: Caesar's early life and political rise. To understand Julius Caesar's later achievements, we must first explore his origins and early career. Born in 100 BCE into the ancient patrician Julian family, Caesar's life began in an era of political turmoil and social change in Rome. His family, thought of noble lineage, was not particularly wealthy or influential at the time. However, Caesar's ambition and talent quickly set him apart. In his early years, Caesar demonstrated a keen understanding of Rome's complex political dynamics. His marriage to Cornelia, daughter of the influential Cinna, aligned him with the Populares faction, which advocated for the rights of the common people against the Optimates, the traditional aristocracy. This alignment put him at odds with the dictator Sulla, forcing Caesar to flee Rome temporarily. Caesar's political career began in earnest after Sulla's death. He served in various military campaigns in Asia Minor, where he distinguished himself in battle and earned the prestigious civic crown for bravery. Upon returning to Rome, he skillfully navigated the cursus honorum, the sequence of public offices required to ascend to the highest positions in the Republic. His charismatic oratory, political alliances, and willingness to take calculated risks made him a rising star in Roman politics. In 63 BCE, Caesar was elected Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of Rome, a position that enhanced his public visibility and influence. He continued his ascent by forging alliances with powerful figures like Crassus, a wealthy patrician, and Pompey, a celebrated general. This alliance, known as the First Triumvirate, allowed Caesar to secure the consulship in 59 BCE. As consul, he pushed through significant reforms, often bypassing traditional procedures and earning the ire of the Senate. At the end of his consulship, Caesar was appointed proconsul of Cisalpine Gaul, Transalpine Gaul, and Illyricum. This position provided him with command over several legions and the opportunity to embark on the military campaigns that would define his career. Second segment: Caesar's Gallic War. With his proconsular authority, Caesar embarked on the Gallic War, which lasted from 58 to 50 BCE. This campaign was a turning point not only for Caesar, but for the Roman Republic itself. Tasked initially with maintaining order in his provinces, Caesar quickly turned his attention to expanding Rome's borders and solidifying his own power. His first major challenge came in 58 BCE with the migration of the Helvetii. This tribe sought new lands to settle, but Caesar confronted them with extraordinary force at the Battle of Bibracte. Here, he employed a combination of Roman discipline and encirclement tactics to decimate the enemy forces. It was a decisive victory that gave him initial control over Gaul and established his reputation among the Romans. Contemporary accounts highlight Caesar's remarkable ability to inspire his troops even in dire situations, forging an unshakable bond of loyalty. But he didn't stop there. Among his most famous battles was the one against the Germans led by Ariovistus. This victory was not only a demonstration of Roman military superiority in formation and discipline, but also a significant political turning point. Ariovistus represented a threat to Roman dominance in Gaul, and Caesar defeated him with a blend of courage, diplomacy, and military strategy. One of Caesar's most fascinating traits was his skill in communication. By writing De Bello Gallico, Caesar crafted his image as an invincible commander, gaining the favor of the Roman people and keeping the Senate under pressure. This literary masterpiece, besides documenting his exploits, was a key propaganda tool to justify his actions. Through a clear and engaging narrative, Caesar shaped public perception of his campaigns, presenting himself not just as a general, but as a visionary leader. Third segment: the Battle of Alesia and Strategic Mastery. The Battle of Alesia in 52 BCE represents Caesar's strategic masterpiece. Vercingetorix, the leader of the Gallic tribes, had retreated to the fortified city of Alesia, hoping its elevated position and solid walls would protect him. Caesar, despite being outnumbered, decided to besiege the city with a brilliant plan, showcasing an incredible ability to think beyond traditional warfare tactics. His solution? Construct 2 lines of fortifications, an inner one to block the defenders and an outer one to protect against Gallic reinforcements.
This double system of fortifications, stretching over 20 kilometers, demonstrates Caesar's extraordinary organizational and logistical capabilities. Every trench, moat, and palisade was designed to withstand attacks and maintain discipline among his men. The feat was made even more extraordinary by the fact that it was completed in a relatively short time, despite logistical challenges and constant enemy incursions. When the Gallic reinforcements attacked with a massive army, Caesar displayed his tactical genius. By coordinating his troops and leveraging superior cavalry, he repelled the assaults and forced Vercingetorix to surrender. This victory was not just military. It marked the end of Gallic resistance and cemented Caesar's dominance over Gaul, granting him immense fame and wealth. Alesia became a symbol of Caesar's determination and military brilliance, an example that would inspire generations of strategists. Fourth segment, the Civil War and the Battle of Pharsalus. In 49 BCE, Caesar crossed the Rubicon, declaring war on the Senate and Pompey with the famous phrase, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. This act of defiance led to a civil war that would forever change the history of Rome. It was a bold choice that risked his political and personal future, but also the fate of the Republic itself. The decisive battle took place at Pharsalus in Greece in 48 BCE. Pompey commanded a larger army composed of veterans and reinforcements from across the empire. However, Caesar compensated for his numerical inferiority with strategic brilliance. He positioned his troops to exploit the terrain and deployed a reserve of legionaries to counter the powerful enemy cavalry. When Pompey's cavalry attacked, Caesar advanced the reserve with precision, inflicting heavy losses and routing the enemy. The victory at Pharsalus consolidated Caesar's power, destroyed Pompey's political position, and changed the course of the Republic. This battle remains a masterpiece of military strategy, not only for tactical skill, but also for Caesar's ability to inspire trust and courage in his men. Fifth segment, Alexandria, Zela, and rapid conquests. After Pharsalus, Caesar pursued Pompey to Egypt, where he became involved in the complex Alexandrian War. Here, he once again demonstrated his ability to adapt to intricate political and military situations. He decided to support Cleopatra in her struggle for the throne against her brother Ptolemy III, forging a political and personal alliance with her that would have enormous repercussions. The war in Egypt culminated in a series of clashes where Caesar emerged victorious, thanks to his quick decision-making and ability to motivate his troops even in challenging moments. His presence in Egypt strengthened Rome's influence in the Eastern Mediterranean and consolidated his role as a global leader. This was not merely a military achievement. Caesar showcased extraordinary diplomatic skill in navigating the intricate political dynamics of the region. Another emblematic battle was at Zela in 47 BCE against King Pharnaces of Pontus. Pharnaces had attempted to exploit the Roman civil war to expand his domains, but Caesar responded with astonishing speed. The victory was so swift and complete that Caesar coined the famous phrase Veni, vidi, vici, I came, I saw, I conquered, testifying to his military superiority. This episode highlights not only the speed of his campaigns, but also his ability to manage multiple conflict fronts simultaneously. Sixth segment, the march toward absolute power. Caesar's victories were not only military but also political. Each battle brought him closer to absolute power. However, his success aroused envy and fear, ultimately leading to the conspiracy of the Ides of March in 44 BCE, where he was assassinated. But Caesar, through his campaigns and political maneuvers, redefined the concept of war and leadership. His innovative tactics, boldness, and ability to inspire troops left an indelible mark on history. His legacy extended beyond the military sphere. He was the precursor to the Roman Empire, paving the way for a new era for Rome. Conclusion. Julius Caesar was not just a great general, but also a visionary who transformed Rome. His battles are still studied today as examples of strategy and leadership. I hope this episode allowed you to appreciate Caesar's genius and the complexity of his achievements. His name continues to echo through the centuries as a symbol of power and greatness. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed it, leave a follow, like, and some comments.